track 1, it's called Air Conditioning. Bass lines are very heavy in their production. It's a staple of their production, staple of their sound. Oh, that distortion in Jason's voice is killer. It's like a megaphone. It's like we're on a building site. If you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. Deadly 60. What a show that was. We're getting Jason being very aggressive on this track. I love the vocal layering on Jason there as well in the chorus. Great start of the album with Air Conditioning. I love the distorted sound in Jason's voice. I love the aggressive nature of the track. It definitely sets us up for the Sleaford Mods' sound in terms of their subject matter. Obviously, working class being a subject of their lyricism. This is track 2. It's called Tied Up in Knots. Oh, I love how the drums and the bass are so loud at the same time. It's a really nice combo. Very simple instrumentation, but it really works for them. The smell of piss is so strong, it smells like decent bacon. What a description. If you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. Journey, wasn't it Europe that did that song? No wonder this is one of those popular songs in the album. It's incredible. 20p in the 10p mix. I love it. Love that switch up in the instrumentation. There's that vocal layering again. Tied Up in Knots is an absolute classic in my opinion. I have listened to this song before. This is one of the Sleaford Mod songs that I had heard before listening to this album because obviously it's one of their most popular songs. It's incredible. I love how quintessentially British those lyrics are. You're getting Nobby's nuts, A to Z, things that people outside of the UK wouldn't understand or would have to do some research to understand, which is why I think Sleaford Mods are such a British band. This is track 3, it's called A Little Ditty. I love how fast this track... Was that a burp? This is crazy as hell. It's such a fast-paced song, I love it. If you haven't already, please just drop me a follow down below. Wow. Love that line. I love that little guitar riff as well. There's the vocal layering again. What a nice chorus. They're a football team. I love it when he says death. Apart from my nads. This track brings so much humour. It honestly might be my favourite Sleaford Mod song of all time. Again, I have heard this song before and I just loved it straight away. Again, the lyrics, it's the humour, it's the bit when he's going like death and oi Mick when he's like shouting. I love it, absolutely love it. Just the random like words. I love the random words. They sound like currywurst. It's just incredible. This is track 4, it's called You're Brave. Getting more of a hip-hop beat now, I think. A lot smoother. Drums are a lot more prevalent as well. Such British swearing, I love it. If you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. It makes me want to dance this song. I don't know why. Polished it! Connoisseur, can't you, sir? Genius rhyming. What was that? The track's definitely a lot different from the ones before. Getting a like melodic sort of thing from Jason there as well. He's like elongating his words, which work really well. Again, another great track from the album. Definitely a lot different. I'd say it's a lot slower. It's a lot more hip-hop inspired. Still got the humour. Still got those funny British swearing. Reference to Chumbawamba, who were a very big band in the UK in the 90s. This is the 5th track. It's called Strike Force. Again, a lot slower, this one. Jason's flow is quite fast. Shopping centre, not shopping mall. If you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. Quid, not pounds. This is swivel servant. It's almost like Jason was having like a conversation there. His tone switched from like rapping to talking. Like spoken word. We don't get the title of the track till the very end. Interesting. Really good song. Really enjoyed Strike Force. Again, it's very... We do get a lot more variety from Jason with this. We're getting him doing spoken word. We're getting him doing melodies on the chorus. Incredible. This is track 6. It's called The Corgi. Is that barking? Well, obviously it's a corgi. Sort of like art rocky instrumental there. Of course, it's about the palace, the royal family. If you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. BBC 2. That's a TV channel. That is an insanely fast bass, I've just realised that. Pretty impressive drumming on this track as well. It's definitely the most impressive instrumental. Oh, barking, man. It's actually quite an accurate bark. It goes with the beat as well. So again, The Corgi is a very different track because, of course, it's about the royal family. It's sort of a diss track against the royal family. It's not so much about working class life and working class Britain. It's about the other end of the class system in Britain, and I think that's a really interesting subject matter as well. Like I said before, the instrumental's totally different. It's quite art rocky, sort of quite fast. Very impressive. Track 7, it's called From Rags to Richards. I like the puns that Jason's using throughout this album. The instrumentals are quite uniform on this album as well. So if you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. Daft is another very British word as well. Sexuals on tap. I think we know what he's snorting. Another burp there. Nice. Oh, that was very abrupt. I'm just getting an isolated bass line. Very nice. This drums again. Now this track's particularly interesting because, like I said for the last track, we're getting the different subject matter, but this one's actually a blend of both subject matters. We got one's talking about the royal family, one's talking about the working class, and we're merging that and we get From Rags to Richards. Again, we're getting that English quintessentialism with the did he F. I mean, that's a British phrase as well. Did he heck? Saying, you know, that's nonsense, basically. Pretty cool. This is track 9. It's called Under the Plastic and the NTC. Pretty much said at the same time as Jason. I could have just got him to say it. That would have saved me editing. Rivita? Isn't that a cracker or something? If you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. Way! It's the classic Sleaford Mods chorus. Straight back into the rapping. I thought that was a burp, but it was actually some sort of cog turning, I think. I've got no idea. So this is certainly a return for the more rapping Sleaford Mods. In terms of subject matter, I do think it's interesting that Jason was talking about things like counterculture and comments and likes and stuff when this album was released in 2014. Now, obviously, social media did exist then, but it doesn't exist to the extent it does now. So I think it was really interesting that he was commenting on that back then. This is track 10. It's called Tis Was. Very distorted bass to start things off. I love how Jason flows like the bass. It's flowing the same way. If you haven't already, please do drop me a follow down below. Oh, go wrong, P-Tong. I like that. Oh, nice. Nice synth there. Really lightens things up. I love how Jason's talking about the state of the UK, and he's sort of talking to his like partner and his daughter, saying, you know, it's all gone wrong type thing. It's all gone Pete Tong, which is a British phrase that people use if things have gone wrong. It's all gone Pete Tong. Pete Tong is a very famous DJ. He's a household name in the UK, so people made up that phrase, I guess. Very cool. This is track 12. It's called Smithy. This is insanely slow. This reminds me of a track they have called McFlurry. Inspiration, another great pun from Jason. Selfies were a new thing back then. You can actually hear Jason struggling for breath when he's rapping. That's amazing. Is that a helicopter? It's like the sound of a helicopter. God, that is such a British sound, hearing like helicopters over the sky. Sleaford Mods really do capture that. This is the most quintessentially British album I've heard since original Pirate Material by The Streets. Just the little nuances, the helicopter sounds, the slang, it's just amazing.